everyone, I'm Ms. Shanna from Muncie Public Library and welcome to our program Chain Reactions. Have you guys ever seen a row of dominoes topple one another over? Let's take a look. That's pretty cool, right? But did you know that you can make a block like this knock over a much bigger object? What do you think? Can we make our domino knock over a great big book? It can't right away, but if we have enough steps in between, we sure can. You can actually do this at home. All you need are a number of thin rectangular objects, so think books, blocks, decks of cards, cereal boxes, anything that's rectangular, thin objects will work for this. And you can also use a ruler that will help you measure and make sure that you have things spaced apart in a good way. Now here in a second, I will show you an awesome chain reaction that I've created. So here are the objects that I found in the library to set up for our project. Now as you notice, when objects are balanced on end like this, it actually doesn't take very much to make them fall over, just like our dominoes. But as I mentioned, you can use smaller objects to knock over ones that are bigger than them. In fact, an object can actually knock one that weighs 1.5 times as much. If you keep doing that, it compounds. This is the same kind of math that they use to make your bank account grow bigger using interest rates. So here's how you can create your very own line of objects and make your very own chain reaction. So you're going to want to place your objects in order from smallest to biggest, and also you'll know it's shorter and then much taller. You'll want to test each one out, so before I set this up I made sure that my block could knock over my cards, that my cards could knock over my books, on and on. Remember that ruler that I showed you? If you're having trouble figuring out how far to space them apart, you can use the ruler to measure, because you want to make sure that your one object will knock over the other. You'll want to pick a spot on your floor that's great big, plenty of space. We'll stand the first one up, we measure it, we set it all the way up, and we repeat the process until we have our full line. Are you ready to see how my small block can knock over my big book? Let's give it a try. Go. There it is! So it's a lot of fun to create a chain reaction and to see how a small object can knock over a big object. Now this wouldn't be complete. This came from bedtime math, which is a lot of fun, and we did use some math even though we weren't counting to figure out what's smaller and what's bigger. So I have some fun math teasers for you before we go. So let's see if you can answer any of these. If each object has to reach the next one, and they have to be close enough together. So if you have a 10-inch book and it tips over the next one that is 4 inches away, how much less is that than the height of the book? Guys think you can do this one? It's pretty easy. It is 6 inches because 10 minus 4 equals 6. Okay, we're going to do a harder question. You think you can get this one? If you have 5 objects in a row and they're all spaced 10 inches apart, how far apart is the first object from the 5th object? You think you can get it? The answer might surprise you. It is 40 inches. That's because you have 5 objects, but we're only counting the spaces in between. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 times 10 is 40. Our next question, let's see if you can get this one. Now we have 6 objects in a row, and they're all spaced 13 inches apart. So how far is the furthest from the closest? Now again, we have 6 objects, which means we only have 5 spaces. So remember, it's always one less space than there are number of objects. And so that means 6 objects times 13 gaps equals 65 inches. All right, we're going to do another one. This is a little bit harder. If you start with a 10-inch tall book and each book knocks over a book that is 4 inches taller, how tall would the 15th book be? So this is where our compounding comes in. The answer, did you guess it, is going to be 66 inches. Basically, each one is 4 inches taller, so we've got to add 4 inches 14 times. 14 times 4 is 56, and 56 plus that initial 10 inches is 66. Did you guys get them all right? If so, great job. I hope that you'll try out making your very own chain reaction at home, and I'll see you in the next video.